Hey, what's up guys? I just want to thank everybody that's been supporting me and has subscribed to the channel. I'm going to continue to drop content on here, and the last video, which was about the self-love, did pretty good, and a lot of you guys ended up reaching out to me and how it impacted you, so I'm going to continue with the self-love talk because, hey, I'm at a place where I'm healed, I'm happy, I'm blessed, and the only reason why I'm blessed and I'm happy is because I started my journey, and it took almost like 2 years. It was like a year of pain and like going through all this, just getting sober, like not drinking alcohol, and then just healing from past trauma and everything that I went through, right? And when I finally did, I realized that there was two components that helped me get there. One, my faith with God, and two, that I just isolated myself from everything and I just invested in myself. So here are 4 tips that helped me, and I'm pretty sure that's going to help anybody that's looking to start their self-love journey or who's on it but needs some tips, So here it is. Tip number 1, isolation is okay. Not too much of it. Don't isolate yourself where you're like completely by yourself and no one even knows what's going on. Isolate yourself, create a healthy distance where people know what you're going through. And the reason why I say isolation is okay is you cannot heal yourself in the same environment that hurt you or that got you sick, right? So I'll repeat it again. You cannot heal yourself in the same environment that hurt you or got you sick. So a lot of us, well, at least, yeah, I know a lot of us and a lot of my past clients struggle with this because sometimes you just can't control the outcome or the environment that you're in, and you can only do so much. And I promise you to make that bet on yourself and commit to yourself where you end up isolating yourself from that environment or those people that continue to just be counterproductive, not even consciously but unconsciously, because they don't even know that you're on this journey. And so anything that they're doing is taking away from the progress, So I want you to accept that isolation is okay. And a lot of people struggle with being by themselves. Fortunately for me, I did struggle with that, but eventually I ended up just breaking through it, because I don't really struggle compared to other people with being by themselves. It's something that I love. I'm a 50-50 guy. I may seem very charismatic, which I am, and very outgoing and confident, but please believe me that I was not always this way. I was an introvert and I struggle with communication with people, but then I just practice, and with all my sales job, I eventually got out of my shell, and I became so good at it that now people don't even believe me when I say that, hey, at some point I was an introvert, and well, I still am. And this is why I spend 50% of my time by myself. Either I go to the beach, I go hiking, I go for a drive, or whatever it may be, and it does me good. The second one is set a self-love day. This is very important. You got to value your time and value yourself. And it takes practice, because for so long, many of you guys have been giving and giving to other people, or all your life you've been giving to other people, that you don't even know what it's like to give to yourself. So I invite you to take 24 hours to yourself, where you just take off and unplug from everybody, just to yourself. Now, if you have kids or if you have duties, you're always working, if you can't do 24 hours or full day for yourself, you got to do at least like 6 hours, And for women, that could look like go get your hair done, go do your nails, go to the beach, go read a book, go hiking, hang out with some friends, whatever it is. And if you can't do 6 hours, at least 4 hours, commit to 4 hours once a week, just once a week, maybe a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or whatever day you can. Commit to yourself. This is definitely going to help you out. And why is this going to help you? Because the compound effect of you just scheduling or prioritizing yourself for one day out of the week, or a few hours out of the week, to just love yourself, it's going to compound, and eventually that's going to be your foundation and one of the pillars to your healing process and moving on from whatever it is that you're trying to move on. Okay, so tip number 3, and this is very important, and this one goes to all my people that like to know the outcome and control everything. Don't have an expectation of when you're gonna heal. Don't even set a date when your journey's gonna And appreciate your journey. Every journey is different. My journey took a year, but because I was avoiding going through the pain, you know, I just wanted to heal automatically, you know, because we live in this microwave society where it's like, hey, if I have a problem, boom, what's the solution? Give it to me now. This self-love journey, it takes time. You got to appreciate your journey and respect it, because one day you're going to be healed, and I promise you're going to look back and you're going to be grateful for the time you allowed yourself to heal. So tip number 3 is don't set an expectation. You cannot control the outcome on this one, just like in relationships, right? You can't control how long it's going to last. You can only contribute to it and put in your effort. So just with your self-love journey, you can only contribute and put in your effort and just have faith. And that's tip number 4, the final tip. Have faith that everything will work out for the better. I promise that only good things come out when you love yourself. I promise that the more you invest in yourself, the more you will grow. You will transcend as a person, and you're going to start seeing that you terminate this relationship, you terminate this friendship, this business partnership, and eventually you're going to heal and you're going to be so happy. So that's tip number 4. I'll go through them. All right, guys, so thank you so much. I hope this video helped. And once again, I'm going to review the 4 tips. Tip number 1 is isolation is okay, because you cannot heal yourself in the same environment that got you sick or that hurt you. So when you isolate yourself, just keep in mind that too much of it could hurt you, but be mindful of your environment. Tip number 2 is set a self-love day. And if you can't have a self-love day, give yourself 8 hours. And if you can't do 8 hours, do 6 hours. And if you can't do 6 hours, at least 4 hours to yourself, where you do something for yourself and or with your close group of friends. And tip number 3 is don't set an expectation. Make sure that you're just open to the journey and that you appreciate, because one day you're going to heal and you're going to look back and you're going to be like, wow, I'm so grateful that I allowed myself to heal. And the last one is have faith. And this one is very important to me, because it takes faith to know that you're going to be okay, because and it's blind faith, you know, it's something that the eye can't see, but the mind knows that one day eventually I'm going to get to my destination. And one of the songs that from church that helped me through it was, your tears will dry, your heart will mend, your scars will heal, and you will dance again. So meaning everything takes time to heal, just like a wound takes time to heal, just like if you break a bone, right, it takes time to heal. So does the self-love journey. And don't ever think that you can never regain who you were because you lost a piece of yourself. I promise you that's not the case, you know. So remember, your tears will dry, your heart will mend, your scars will heal, and you will dance again. Guys, Carpe Diem, seize the day, make it happen. Share this video. Love you guys.